Venus energy, magnetism, to each and every one of you guys. My name is Apostle Samuel Ela Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. To each and every one of you guys, the ATRs are how we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, first of all, salutations to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, Palo. Whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, this is the live for you on today. Now, I want to say, what's up, Jeremy? Salutations, my baby Scorpio. Now, I want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. Hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello. What's up, Ryan, my cardinal heir, my Libra in the house. We want to welcome each and every one of you guys. Mama Susan, mother of the mother church. Mama Susan. Guess what? Sister Tree came by my house and brought me some mucho dinero. I tell people, don't talk about hoes, because you don't never know when God gonna use a hoe or horse to bless you. You'll never know who gonna show up at your tomb. Mary Magdalene. Yes. And hoes bring in benefits. Appreciate it. I'm excited. What's up, my Karen O'Brien, my Gemini? What it be? Let me tell y'all something. I got whole tendencies. I got a whole spirit. I tell people do not. I'm anointed. Whore. Don't mean I'm always hoeing, but I'm anointed. I'm trying to tell you, I have been a blessing to so many people. Some people don't even want to give me open credit, but this whole been there for them. I'm trying to tell you. What's up, Renee, my 69 in the house? What it be? Then I got Demetrius. I got my Aquarius, my Gemini, and then it comes in my love, my Taurus is in the house. Yes. Sister Tree brought me some of these. It ain't nothing like when a hoe get paid. You talking about happy, joy. All right, y'all. Now listen. This is gonna be. I hope that people that got a consultation. I hope people that got a membership. I hope that people that have been following me for a while. Now you gonna understand why Apostle Ela been talking the way he been talking. He been trying to encourage you to take care of your health. I'm gonna talk about something today because no matter if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, Palo, Mystical, Agate, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, let me explain something scientifically to you, because I want y'all to understand there's a method to my madness. It may seem, I told you to watch Daniel-san and Miyagi, Karate Kid, because when I'm sharing things with you, I am never, even I put stuff in the church group, I post stuff online, Facebook, I'm never going to tell you what to do with your life. I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to repeat myself. I am never going to tell a grown man or grown woman what to do with their life. I will give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I will give you tested and tried information. And the reason why I call it information is because you have not tested it. When I share something, I honestly have gotten results from it, and therefore, what's up, my Nisi, my Aries from Arkansas? All right. Any place that's cold, the coochie gotta be good, because you need a warm place to go in. Let me tell y'all something. I'm excited because I've been, some of y'all don't know this, but I am nerdy as hell. I'm real geekish. And so I study stuff over and over and over. All right, a Capricorn from Alaska, it getting colder. What's that? What's that? Marquez. All right, there. Well, thank you for joining us. Now, it doesn't matter what you practice. It matters that you understand universal laws. If you want to be proficient, what's up, Tree Rhonda? Tree Rhonda, you ain't my best hoe. I'm my best hoe. But you were good to me tonight. I want y'all to understand something. No matter what your sun sign is, you need to understand this, what I'm going to teach tonight. If you want to grow and follow me and understand why my teachings, why my classes, why I'm doing things I'm doing, Mama Susan showing out. This matters. And I'm going to talk about tonight using your heart to manifest. If you've been following me from TikTok, from YouTube, my social media platforms, you're gonna understand on today. I don't care if you got to be grown though. I don't care if you're 18. I don't care if you're 70. Mother Susan just found out that she's not 69. I mean 68. She just told me today. She said the doctor's office one told her what her real age was. And Mother Susan is 69 years old. Thank you so much both for the love offering on today. I appreciate you. That's my Boaz. I said, Bo, bring your ass in here. This lady told me today, she said, Apostle, I found out today that I'm not 68. I am 69 years old. I said, what? How you didn't know that? She said, I don't know. When I turned 68, I must be didn't move. But Mother Susan, the mother of our motherfucking church, is 69, gonna be 70 this year. All right. So we gotta buy another bottle. Now listen. What's up, Monique 444? The mother, the daughter of the church. How you doing, Monique? Monique been helping a brother out, keeping me online. And normally that don't happen. But we want to thank Sister Monique for tolerating my behavior. Yes, I told y'all what made me happy. Sex and this and power. Oh, I'm a Sagittarius for real. Now, I'm going to talk about something that I'm going to explain this. You cannot not understand this. And it's going to be essential no matter what you practice. Hear me out. I'm going to be coming from Romans, the 10th chapter. I think I'm speaking better already. It's something about that dinero and that coochie. Mother Susan was asking me something today. She asked me, what did I eat? And I said some tail. I said, because it's less filling and it tastes great. Huh. Anyway, I'm on a roll. Romans, the 10th chapter. And I always say my grace before I eat. I said, Tree, I wanted some snapper. I wasn't looking for cod. That's what she was asking. I wanted some fish. Fried, boiled. Only thing I can't even say I don't eat it. I can say I don't eat it raw, but that's what it is. It's sushi. I'm eating sushi, and I always said I didn't like sushi. I'm eating raw cat. What's up there? Shamari, where you been? You know what? Shamari, we gonna break up. I've been eating some goji berries. I went from eating cat to fish, then back to cat. Meow, 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 meow. Anyway, Romans 10 and verse 10. God is good and cat is good. Now, here we go. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness. So belief has to have a purpose. And with his mouth confession is made unto salvation. Salvation is to be rescued, to be redeemed, and redeem means to be taken back. Okay? So with your heart you believe with purpose unto righteousness. So let me explain this. Your heart is a human magnet. When we talk about the laws of attraction, God would never ask you to do something if he did not give you the ability. I don't care if you're air sign, water sign, earth sign, or fire sign. We all have magnetism. We all don't use that magnetism the same way, and we don't all use it proficiently. All right? I'm going to explain Evasa, because I've been really excited, because I put rose oil on my heart chakra, and I put mango on my heart chakra, because it's their love. And I've been pulling, so I was summoning through my magnetism. So using your heart to manifest, you got to understand why it's an instrument to bring magnetism. Now, your mind is electric, because energy, energy follows thoughts. So your mind, your brain is electrical, but your heart, and that's important, y'all. Masculine energy when it comes to your crown, and then when it comes down to your heart, your belief system is really important, because that's where you have the drawing power. Okay? So it matters what you believe. I'm gonna say that again. You draw to you what you believe. You draw to you what you actually believe. And energy don't lie. So let me go on and say that. Jeremiah 29 and 13. I told y'all this is gonna be so good. When you get oil from me, or consecrated Apollo oil, anything I've consecrated, when you anoint your heart chakra right in here, your heart is a magnet, and you anoint that heart chakra, or the heart, with a oil which represent a vibration. And that heart exceeds, depending on how strong it is, it starts to draw into your circumference that which you say you desire. Because if you said it, that means you're supposed to believe it. That's why you can't say things that you don't believe. You can't speak stuff you don't believe. You don't declare things you don't believe in. Because your heart is only going to pull what you actually believe. Now, Jeremiah 29 and 13. It says, and ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. When you seeking God, If it does not lead you to the inner God, you're doing it wrong. The Emmanuel is within you. The kingdom is within you. And with that Ache, with that Chi, with that Prana, and with the proper belief system, this is why I tell people, you can't follow me if you really not learning this stuff and you not endeavoring. You have to have a mindset that allows your heart to believe things that you actually trust in. And then when you trust in those things, your heart draws that stuff to you or start pulling it closer to you. Manifestation happens when you actually believe something. If you believe in the truth gonna come to you. If you believe in a lie gonna come to you. If you wonder why your life look like it do and why it's operating, if you want better clients, then you got to believe. Let me say this. You have to believe in the law of abundance to draw abundance. We all have a magnet. And depending on what you believe in is what's being pulled to you. Let me go on and say. Now, this is another aspect that I want to bring up. It said with all your heart. You gotta seek God with all your heart. If you don't understand why was so much effort on so many people's part, so many centuries, to make black people feel a certain type of way about their African about their African tradition, because emotions are the power of the heart. When you feel something in your heart, you either gonna draw it to you or you're gonna repel it. This is why I tell people all the time, I don't care what you believe, because I'm gonna shield myself from your magnetic pull. You're not gonna pull me into your magnetic energy about how you dishonor and dislike African traditional religion. See, you can say something out of your mouth, but what's in your heart, that's the energy you giving off. And that's the energy people, how you feel about people in your heart. How you feel about people, places, and things in your heart, that's where the energy is coming from. That I want people to understand. The initiation is one thing. The reason why you are drawn to the people that you're drawn to is because of that magnetic pull. It doesn't matter if it's good or evil. With the evil heart, man, out of his treasure, he bring evil things to pass. Out of his good heart, he bring good things to pass. You determine, you sir and you ma'am, whether you do hoodoo, voodoo, or Santeria. My thing is, don't complain about your laws of attraction. You need to be focused on what do you really believe. Because I can sit here and tell you all day long that I believe, and as long as you're around me and my magnetic pull, as long as you listening to me, you're able to stay in that mindset. But the moment you walk out of that energy, that frequency and vibration, and you really don't believe what I said, it's going to be uprooted. Like saying, like the parable said, because of the fact that that word was not dug, it wasn't deep in your heart. After the excitement, after the exhilaration, the zeal for whatever we talking about, because it's not rooted and grounded in your heart, it's easily to come out of your auric field. And why it's important that when you want something to manifest, you got to have that energy on you. And you got to allow that heart chakra. So I want to say this. I'm going to get here first. Mark the 11th chapter, verse 23. knowing what you really believe in. If all you believe in is the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, and everything after that you ain't really stable with that, stay with the Lord is my shepherd. You can manifest with that. Just because you got a multitude of words, multitude of sayings, doesn't mean you believe that's in your heart. That's why I don't study nothing I don't believe in. I don't educate myself to nothing that I don't believe in. Let me explain something to you. I can tell you all day long, this is good for you. I can tell you what to do for your skin. And you can say, actually, you can say, you know what? I trust Apostle Ely, but you don't believe in this. The difference between me and you, I actually know what silver can do to the body. I know that silver is associated with the moon. I know that silver kills bacteria. So I don't just say I use stuff. I actually study, so I have a knowledge of what I'm believing in. I'm going to say that again. I have a knowledge of what I'm believing in. So therefore, I'm rooted and grounded, and I can't be shaken. So somebody can come and tell me something negative about this product. I can read something negative about this product. I can lose this product and don't find it for another 6 months. I still know its capability and its capacity. This is why you study to show yourself approved. I can tell you all day long. This what is it? Let me tell y'all something. I don't say to people, money ain't your problem. But do they believe that? No. Your emotional state when it comes to money determines how money moves in your life. I don't have no control. I can burn business candles, bayberry candles. If you have the wrong emotional state when it comes to money, when that money comes into to be drawn into you by somebody like me, you're gonna, if you ain't a good steward over God's inheritance, you're gonna mishandle that money. And after a while, money gonna leave you. When I tell y'all about business and I tell y'all about situation, it's universal laws. If you trying to get clients that if you cheat, I'm just gonna say it. If you cheat and you always looking for a deal, and you always looking for somebody to give you a break, what if you go into business? What type of people are you gonna draw? Really magnetize to your business? It depends on what you want out of life. I ain't telling you what to do or how to do. What I am saying is don't be shocked that how your energy and your emotion towards business and love and relationship is really empowering your magnet to draw these type of people, circumstances, and situations in your life. I use it every day because of you, Apostle, and I love it. No, you need to use it every day because you know it's good for you. Fuck that Apostle Ely use it. I use it on my nuts. I use it on my private parts. They say that's one pretty looking meat. Praise God. I want both of my heads to look good. I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about Mother Susan. I didn't tell Mother Susan to put that on her walk. I said what I do. She said, I love you. Now, are y'all understanding your heart? Now, I want to say Mark the 11th chapter 23. And this is a clincher. It says, for verily I say unto you, that whatsoever shall say, and whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed. Look at it, listen to the instruction. Whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, number one instruction. Be thou cast into the sea, the second instruction. There's two parts to that instruction. Listen what it says. And shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe in those things which he said shall. You got to believe in the very thing. Belief gonna be in the heart. You can't be saying stuff that you don't believe. And if you doubt anywhere in your heart, then you're gonna cripple the manifestation. And remember, everything that comes to you comes in polarity. He shall have whatsoever he said. You can speak something all day long because you consciously know you have a need for it, but that don't mean you believe that it's going to come to you. Let me explain something to you like this. Mother Susan is expecting, and people done told her that certain insurance policy she ain't gonna get. When I believe something, when Sister Triranda came to me and I told her she got fired from her job, and I told her to go back and get me an application. Triranda did not believe she was gonna get that job back because they had put her in the their file as a non-rehire. I don't give a damn about that. When I believe something and I believe what I speak out of my mouth, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long it lasts. I'm the type of person, if I believe something and I believe God gonna bring me something, I personally don't care what other people say. I want y'all to understand something. You allow distractions, you allow circumstances to dictate what you believe. I don't do that. And that's why you struggle with my methods. I don't sit around and say, I want abundance, and then turn around and say, I deserve the crumbs from the master's table. I'll be goddamn. You might offer me the crumbs, but I don't believe I deserve the crumb. It's a big difference when you are dealing with what comes to you. It's another thing for you to believe in your heart that you deserve that. My $1 million gonna manifest. I believe that with everything in me. All of me, all the cells that are in my I don't believe that's all the money that I'm gonna have in this lifetime. But that's gonna be my blessing. I want to talk to y'all today. I'm not just anointing myself. I'm not just lighting candles. I'm not just doing conjure. I don't need my Padrino to make me believe in Orishas. I don't need my Padrino to make me believe in Impungos. I believe that God created all of this. When I say God, I'm talking about masculine and feminine. I'm talking about organ energy. And long as I'm tapping into it correctly, it's going to come to me. And sometimes I got to get other people out of my shitting ass way so I can get to what God got for me. What's up there, sweetie? Hello to you. When you trying to develop spirituality, you got to understand your organs. You got to understand your instruments by which you are allowed to tap in, especially you melanated people. What you say out your mouth don't line up with what you actually believe, you cannot pull it to you. See, the reason why certain laws of attraction don't work in your life is not because the laws of attraction ain't working. It's what you really believe in your heart. Because you can bless somebody with your mouth and curse them with your heart. Do you understand? Because that emotion is energy moving, and it's being powered by your heart, which is your magnet. So you decide, sir or ma'am, today or tomorrow, are you going to draw evil people to you and cast good people away? You going to make friends, draw them to you, or you going to make enemies? Every day you choosing blessing or curses. Every hour on the day, every hour on the day, every minute of the day, because you carry a frequency. And the stronger your magnetic pull is, the bigger things you can bring into your existence. This is why you harness your energy. This is why you burn candles, to build your energy. So you can, because the more energy that is coming through you and you're tapping into multiple power, it's going to come through your crown, which is your mind, which is electrical, and then it's gonna go into your heart. And once it gets in your heart chakra, your energy, and then you're gonna be able to pull that. And now, because you will have knowledge, you per se, I got bayberry oil up here. You trying to bring some money that's owed to you. Then you anoint that heart chakra or your chest or your breast. If you got both, I don't care. But you anoint this area, then that oil is a conditioning oil, right? So it's conditioned the frequency and the vibration magnetically to pull those things that are on that vibration. Your whole body is a system that works together as an orchestra. All of a sudden, now you going a certain type of way. Because how you gonna find your wealthy place? How God gonna lead you in your wealthy place when you don't have the proper tools to? This right here is your compass, baby. This is your compass. When you say, "Look, guide me, oh Lord," or "Guide me, ancestors," they guide you with your heart. This is your compass. This is how you know to go left or right or stand still. See, this ain't made up in your mind. This made up in your compass. Guide me, O thou great Jehovah. Whatever is guiding you, it guides you by your heart. And your frequency is how you anoint yourself. This is why I tell you guys about cleansing. The more you cleanse, the more clear your vibration and your magnetic pull is. And yet that increases your chance of manifestation in a shorter period of time. But I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about the condition of the heart. And this is why I tell you, black people, why we got to protect our organs. If your heart ain't working right, it's gonna throw off your magnetic pull. A stony heart, a hardened heart, because you, and let me explain this to you, because I believe in retribution, I believe in revenge, I believe in avenging me and my adversary. So I don't believe that forgiveness has nothing to do with the other person. I believe that things that you let go, that it doesn't clog your heart, so you can see your desire upon your enemy. Sometimes you are too emotionally involved in a situation, and you're trying to make something happen when you don't have to make anything happen. Because if somebody touched God's anointing, somebody did you wrong, or somebody took something that don't belong to them, when you believe what God, and this is what I mean again. A lot of things sound good. But when you believe what God has for me is for me. I told a young man, he was trying to get slick at the mouth with me. And I told him, he said, you gonna walk off and leave your woman in here? I said, sir, you might as well have a pussy. I believe that if that's my pussy, and she told me it's mine, you can't touch it. That's not something I'm saying. That's something I believe. Because I speak to that pussy. I have a conversation with that pussy. I tell that pussy what to do when she don't want to do nothing. I know I have a relationship with those walls. I tell them, what did I say? Damn, it's right on my tip of my tongue. I'm just telling y'all, I'm a different type of fella. I don't say stuff I don't believe. Open sesame, that's the way I. When she don't close her mind, that gonna open up for me. All I'm trying to explain to you, you can't convince somebody what you do. Hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, what you believe in. Because if you don't believe in those very things that you're saying, then don't say them. Because what you're going to do is get crossed up. You need to sit down first and come to a conclusion and know what you truly believe in. Who you truly believe in. You can say all day long you believe in Apostle Ely, but you don't do what I say. That's why he said, why call me master and do not as what I say? If you believe in happiness, you would not be procrastinating in the endeavors. I already know who actually believe me. I already know who doesn't have the resources right now, but they're going to get it because they actually believe and they try to follow what I teach to the letter. You're not fooling nobody. When you really don't believe that incense gonna do what it do, my magnetic pull cannot override your will. Because if you close your heart, ain't nothing get in. I can do all the love spell. I can do all, and I be sitting here benefiting because the energy coming from me. That's why even when I do dark work for people, I make sure that is what they want. I had a young lady come in my church, and she was like, I want him out of my life. I want him out of my life. She was Leo, so dramatic. I want him out of my life. Mother Susan, know I'm telling true. Monique, know I'm telling true. Sister Tree, know I'm telling true. I want him out of my life. I say, you sure you want? I want that. I say, you sure you want that nigga out your life? I would ask you a question over and over and over and over. You might get aggravated with me. You're not gonna waste my time. I said, okay. She paid me the money. I said, you sure? Before she gave me the money, I said to her again, is this what you really want? I said, okay. That's how many times I asked her that question. He ended up getting locked up and catching a case. You know who I hear spending money and working 2 jobs trying to get him out? Don't tell me how y'all say one thing and do another. That's how you get crossed up. That's how your life get tore up. Because you say stuff in a fit of emotions, and that ain't really what you want to happen. You ain't having your way. I said, how in the world you gonna get mad with me about community dick? I said, that man suck dick better than you. And you gonna get mad. And people, let me tell y'all something. If you're gonna be a spiritualist and you do work for people, people don't care that you told them. Black people, they don't care how many times you told them. I don't care if you got them on an audio or video saying the very thing you saying. They're not going to care. That was then, this is now. Because most black people, especially this is how they get messed up in the ATR, they have their mindset, oh yeah, I have a right to change my mind. You don't tell the universe, spirit, or Egun about you got a right to change your fucking mind. You need to make up your mind first. I don't care how people, let me tell you something. When I want to manifest something, if somebody say I'm going to give you $500 and they give me $300, I'm still taking it. You know why? Even though they didn't give me what they said, they're going to give me, because that's on them. I am still going to get the $500. It might have to come from another source. But watch what I turn down what God got for me. Huh? If God promised me 5 apples and I got to get them from 5 different trees, long as I end up with the 5 apples, your problem is why you can't get it from the 5 apples from the one tree. So what if it don't come from the same tree? As long as you get what God got for you. Trying to control all these dynamics, what somebody gonna do is what somebody gonna say, you out of line. They get back on to them hard and watch something. Yes, baby. That's my Taurus. I'm trying to get it up to a place. When you believe that nobody can hinder you from getting what God wants you, your answer, whatever it is. I told Minister Mario, I said, we gonna get just what we supposed to get. Whether it come through this Madrina or another one. I don't let people frustrate me. Because you have a right to say no. You have a right to change your mind. But what you don't have a right to do is hinder my prophecy from coming to pass. If you done did all you gonna do and decided to do, when they came in there and said, when Ananias and Sapphira came in there and told Peter them what he told her, that was their decision. And Peter and them still got what God wanted them to have. And Ananias and Sapphira end up dead. You can play. When I tell y'all I'm in a place that I don't care what people do, your experience with my anointing gonna be determined on whether you choose life or you choose death. Blessing or cursing. Will you tell me a lie or you tell me the truth? I personally don't care, because you're not speaking to me. You speaking to my ego. You're not lying to me. When you believe that, you can let people go. You can let people do what they go. Live and let live. You won't have all that stress. And so therefore, when I need to manifest again, my heart is not heavy because I'm mad with such and such. Or I'm do that. When I say something, I believe it. When something is spoken to me by the divine, I believe it. And I operate there within. I'm trying to teach you having an unhealthy heart physically. So if you're not taking care of your circulation, that's what I've been working on. When you're anemic, when I tell y'all cayenne pepper ain't nothing to play with about circulation, and I ain't never ate spicy food. I ain't never been into that. But when you 52 years old and you want to live and let live. Hello from Cuba. Salutations from Cuba. I kind of made that up. Bendición. My point is, We all got something going on. You have to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and trust the process. I don't only trust herbs from a medicinal purpose. I respect the power of them spiritually. And my magnetism has increased since I've been getting my circulation together. Hawthorne. Like I said, I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do. You can trust in your doctor, you just trust in what you want. I trust in nature. I went and got me some red dates from the Asian. Let me tell y'all what happened there. I went into an Asian place because I was on TikTok, and I know some Asian places where I used to deliver, but that was that was in Vero, and I live in Port St. Lucie. So I was trying to find a place, and then y'all listen here. Asian people don't stay up on all night. They'll close up on your ass. Mexicans be out all night for business, but Asian. So I was I already had the goji berries, so the red dates they want them dry. So okay, which is the Don Key that I've been telling all y'all women about. Don Key. So I was in there. So I asked 2 different people at 2 different times. Do they have red dates, dry red dates? No. One girl told me there was down outside her aisle. It wasn't nothing but candy down there. Or I said, this bitch. What? I know Asian people, y'all don't like black people. I was the only black in there. But I was looking for something. Now, after being told by these 2 Asian motherfuckers that worked the store, told me it wasn't in there, something had me magnetically pulled in still said. So I went around and started getting some teas. Now I had already walked around the store, but some told me to go over there and look over there. This is the first time me being in the store, so it ain't like I know my way around the store, okay? But following the pull. When I got to the back of the store, I looked to the left, it's sitting right there. I wanted to turn around and say, you lying mother. But at that time, they had another person at the register, and I didn't want to show out because I'm black, and that first time me in the store. But my point is, I was told it wasn't in there. I could have left. I was told twice it wasn't in there. I could have left. I followed my gut, and I ended up with 2 packs instead of 1. A lot of people, when they trying to manifest, they allow people to discourage them. If one judge say no, that don't mean you ain't gonna get the victory. If one prosecutor talk about they gonna give you, that don't mean if the clerk of court. Let me tell y'all something. When I'm working on a situation, I am not telling God who and what instrument to use to bring the victory we looking for. Your problem is you want to talk what the judge already laid down the sentence. And just like a judge can lay down a sentence, they can reverse a sentence. How bad do you want the outcome you want? You say you want. Because when I'm all in, I'm all in. And this is my problem with people. You will spend the money as long as you see something going your direction. But if something is worth it for you, even if it is locked up, it can be unlocked. But are you going to put that kind of fight? My uncle was given a life sentence. And the governor declined his release. My mama called me crying on the phone. My auntie was crying. My uncle said he had settled his mind. He gonna die in prison, and he was good with it. The rest of them was out. He said that was good enough for him. His sister was out. His other brothers. He said, okay, I got her. My grandfather. Let me talk about it. My grandfather went to see my mother's dad, my uncles that had life in prison. Went to see my it ain't gonna get to me. Went to see my uncle, his son, in prison. And he told him, he said, I'm not gonna die until you free. Come on here, somebody. My granddaddy, they ain't took care of him one day. You don't know what vessel and instrument God gonna send you a confirmation. He didn't know his nephew was out here interceding for him, and he didn't know his y'all ain't trying to hear me there. My grandfather did not help my grandmother with 9 kids. But when she died, that Negro went to prison to see his son, to tell his Sunday that he wasn't leaving here until he put his feet on the ground. Come on here, somebody. Do you think they believed him when they said that? You don't know what parent, what person, you don't know. It ain't none of your business. Come on here, somebody. I'm telling you about when something is meant to happen, and you done been told no, and you done been told no, and you done actually settle for the outcome. But somebody that love you, that's why that emotion from the heart, depending on how much somebody love you and care about you, what kind of power and pull. That's why normally it takes a mother to break certain things, because a mother done share her womb with that child. It's hard to break a mother's prayer. Anyway, so he told him that. Do you not know my grandfather did not die until my uncle, his son, got out of prison? And you know who? I was doing all that fighting for President Barack Obama. I had no idea that President Barack Obama was going to be the vessel on his last day in office. In his last day in office, fulfillment of prophecy. You don't know what instrument and how. See, the governor said no, but God stepped it up to the president. Come on here, somebody. He didn't know my uncle from a can of paint. Out of all the names he could have picked, I'm trying to tell y'all let no stop you, not me. I done seen too much. They told us told my mother that she would never walk through my grandmother's house again. My mama told her, we'll see. See, I come from a family, you can't tell me what the end gonna be. I'm gonna tell you what the end gonna be. The Bible says God will declare your expected end. You have a mindset when somebody slam a door in your face, bitch, a window come open. You understand? You can do whatever you want to do against me, but what is in my heart, I believe that. I have every reason to believe God will give me what I desire. I just came through some health issues and still coming through. Do you hear me? Just because your account say one thing, that don't mean God's provision is limited to your account. It's what you believe in your heart. I don't care if you do hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay's. You don't declare death on my life when I have accepted that I shall live and not die. I don't give a damn what you do, because I believe and I will move forward, and I will move with equal force, if not greater. Bitch, I'll go to war about me. And you wonder why that magnetism. Because I believe what I say. I don't say stuff I don't believe. I wouldn't be on social media doing any of this, sir, man. This is not lip service. When my life was on the line, I believed I was burning my healing incense. I was burning my mental clarity incense. I was burning my reversal incense. I was burning my love incense. I worked with my tools. I stayed at my orishas, at my cauldron. I was drawing all of that energy in. And when I tell you that was pulling me through, and God had people in different places and spaces praying for me. That love they have from Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., that energy came my way. I felt that. See, when somebody really cares about you, there's a heightened power that they get, because it's a love. I don't need your fear, and I don't need your sympathy. I told them that I wasn't even being funny. You don't love me enough to want the best for me. Mario is in the grave, and his love is still moving for me. My grandma, my ancestors in the grave. And and that love is that love is still moving. Because energy cannot be destroyed. A moving emotion that somebody has a connection with you and want the best for you, even from the grave, they'll get up. When somebody mentions your name in ill harm, they're gonna get up. Before you find out you've been attacked, they already started attacking them. That's the conjure I do. That's the conjure I believe in. That's why I say, if it ain't real, don't tell me something you don't mean. Don't tell me something I don't want to hear. Save that. Because I'm used to real. That I'm used to somebody being genuine. And when that kind of energy come from your heart, I don't care where you at on planet Earth, you can be reached. When I got on social media and told everybody that cared about me, thank you, and people that supported me through that and still support me to this day. People that's still stuck with my website, still order my products. Then the people ain't there just because you can do magic, just because you can conjure. Them ain't just the people that there because they can get something out of you. Those are the people who want to see you rise. In fact, my granny's still looking at. I know that's right. And you got to know those things. Can't nobody tell me how my egos don't go to war about me. Because my turnaround is too extraordinary. Those extraterrestrials make sure I got the energy. All the bullshit that my doctors were doing, all the hospital were doing, and they were trying to put me in a comatose state where I would have a stroke and my organs would shut down. Why would a medical physician allow your hemoglobin to get down to 4.3? Tell me what I was not battling with. They let me get down to a 4.3 when their facility said a danger rate in their hour would be a 6. You let me drop beyond the 6 twice. Because I ain't got no blood in my body, my organs can't function. And I kept telling them something was going on in my head. But they did not. But don't mean, let me tell y'all something. When I left that hospital, I was not coherent. I was in Orlando. Ryan know where Orlando is. And I drove all the way back to my house. Actually, I went by the church first, and then I went to my house. By the power of God. You know why I know it's the power of God? Because I had so much of that medicine in my system, I shouldn't have been able to drive nowhere. They didn't even believe that. Even though I walked out of the hospital, they didn't think I was going to make it. My son and Mother Susan went on the phone. They said, my son told me that I would feel better if you get a hotel and wait till in the morning. Because I don't want you to drive back tonight. I said, yeah, that is a good idea. He ain't sent me no money, but he suggested. But he ain't got it like that anyway. So my point is, you're not talking to a spiritualist that ain't been tried and tested and pushed to certain limits. I'm 52 years old. I have never had any of this issue in my life. But I have come out of each and every one of them victorious. I ain't come out of them and said, you know what, but I might have lost my eyesight, but I'm still here. I don't have none of them fucking testimonies. I came out and I came out whole and I came out complete. And just like this happened to me, this is going to be reversed. And going to be fully reversed. Because many of y'all don't follow me when I came out of the hospital. Y'all know that my talk was trash. I couldn't hardly keep a sentence together. And I'll never forget this. Monique was there. Tree was there. Mother Susan was there. I was in the midst of praise. And a Mario song came on. He and Monique was playing that God is my everything. And something when I tell you I knew something was happening, I didn't know what was happening. But I knew something. When I tell y'all I believe that God was gonna bring me, when he told me, I asked, I said, am I gonna come through this? He said yes. That's all I needed. I didn't know when, I didn't know how. But that Sunday, we was having worship service. And God is my everything. And I had not spoken tongue. I had not literally spoken in unknown tongues since I was in the hospital. And I was behind the pulpit when it happened. And I heard him say, speak. I was saying in my mind, I can't speak. I done tried. And when I heard my tongues, and when next thing I knew, my mouth opened and them tongues were coming out. I freaked out. I started praising God in my heavenly language. I done went through situations I couldn't walk, but they'll see me on the floor and God raised me up. You can't stop me. When God bless a thing, you can't curse a thing. When God bless a person, you can't curse. It happens to you because you believe they have the power to curse you. I don't believe it. I don't believe they have the power to hinder or impede what God has for me. My destiny will gonna kick their ass. Believe that. I don't care if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Obia, Conjure. I don't care if it's 5 of y'all, 1 of y'all, or if 15,000 of y'all. Y'all can get your ass kicked. Because my destiny shall be like the vision of God. It shall speak and not lie. Believe that. Because I know it should be true. You try to make your magic and your spirituality about everybody else and who don't support you and who don't believe in you and who won't touch and agree with. Bitch, I touch and agree with myself. Left hand, meet right hand. Where 2 or 3, and then Irene is up here. We all in agreement. If the hands, I use my heart and I use my mind and I use my sexual organ. I'm gonna get a manifestation. All this tabernacle, this avatar right here, all this machinery right here, why you can't get no victory? You got the same 2 hands I got. You got the same 2. Why you ain't? You got an avatar just like Apostle Ely got. And then with your energy and my energy, what? Your energy and my energy, you still hindering yourself because you could have been had certain things a long time ago if you had a well-made up mind. If you believe the things that were coming out your mouth, you will make the necessary sacrifice. I was up and down the road when that medicine still was in my system because I knew I had to get what I needed to get. I went through my ceremony with Oba and Oku up on that same condition. I'm going to say it again. I didn't let what that medicine was doing in my body stop me from doing what I need to do with my research. And just what Oba said that she going to do for me, just like Elegua said he going to do for me, they did that. But I had to do my part. And I didn't allow my circumstance. I didn't allow my condition. What's up, Stormy, my Sagittarius? I didn't allow my condition to prohibit me from obtaining what God had for me. I was go through the ceremony. I asked her, I said, can I sit down? She said, yeah, baby, you could sit down. I did what I had to do. You don't want to persist through anything. You don't want to persist through the things that you go through bullshit for other people, but you won't go through nothing for yourself. If I can sacrifice for Mr. Mario, Mother Susan, Sister Monique, and anybody, my mama, my children, I can damn sure sacrifice for me. And that's self-love. When you're spending on more people than you spending on yourself, you doing something wrong. You know you need something, and you allowing everything to get in your way. That ain't what you're learning from here. Because God is able. And one thing that the Bible says that God can't do, and that's fail. So if you believe in that, I believe 2 things strongly. God is not a liar, and God can't fail. What are the belief system you need? God is not a liar, and God can't fail. So whether you doing Christian magic, Ifa, voodoo, what your conjure? If the Bible says I can command God, I damn sure could command a malevolent spirit. I don't care how dark it is. I don't care how wicked it is. People tell me how strong Kobe Inde, and it is what it says it is. But apparently they thought, my ancestors thought I was fit to handle Lucera Mundo, Centella Ndoki, Siete Rayos, Kobe Inde, and Zarabanda. Along with my other Risha, along with my Loas. How much convincing? What there's so many trees saying in the church. What more can he do? He laid the foundation. He opened up the way. What more? What more? What could you really be manifesting right now if you had all your heart into your conscience? Don't tell me when it's a divided house can't stand. Your whole heart ain't in this. Because people with their whole heart in, they behave very, very differently when it comes to their conjuring. I would never let money. I wouldn't even let people. I told you, I won't even let myself stop me from getting what God got for me. You ain't want you have to know in your heart that you are in this with everything. See, you can't pass up the cattle on this hill because you don't think God gonna give you that next. He got a cattle on 1,000 hills. You don't have the patience and the security in God that out of them 1,000, you gonna get yours. You gonna crook, you gonna lie, you gonna cheat because you lack inside of your heart the belief system that all things don't work together for your good. And God is not gonna give you according to his riches and glory. You say that stuff, you quote that short stuff. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. But if you believe that, can't melanated people, there's no way that I would be penny pinching. There would be no way that I would be playing with my existence and my reality. Because when I know what I want, that's what I go after. Damn the naysayers. Because while they talking, I'm manifesting. If what you doing ain't helping me get where I'm getting, why am I concerned? Why? Melanated people all over this globe. Your heart is the magnet. Your heart is the belief system. And if you don't doubt in your heart and believe those words that you said, that mountain got to get its ass up and it got to meet that sea. It's an inner story. Don't tell me about what you believe in and you not manifest. You let everything else push you further and further back. Because you don't know the power of being all in. I can expect all of heaven to come for me because I'm in it I'm all in. And anybody that's all in, they know people that's part-time. Sometimes. And those same people want the same you got the same expectation of somebody that's all in. Y'all some of the most delusion ass people ever. You know you are not 100 in nothing. Root work, conjure, mysticism, you not 100. Respect that. When you see somebody that's 100, they giving their all. They giving their all. And amount of money ain't gonna change me because I'm all in. And whether if I get $1 million today or tomorrow, guess what? I'm gonna reinvest it back in my spirituality. You're gonna be out here trying to buy niggas. You're gonna be out here trying to buy women. You're gonna be out here trying to buy pussy, dick, family. Your resources, what you looking for in life, is very different what I'm looking for in life. I already know money don't bring me happiness. I bring me happiness and people sharing that happiness. Be for real, sir. Be for real, ma'am. One day, you'll be able to sit back and say, now I'm 100. Now I'm fully committed. Right now, I'm just benefiting. I'm benefiting from his magnetism. Because he be fighting harder than I be fighting. There ain't no way that I would have the resources to better my life, to pull my life out of the poverty I dug at. Listen, Apostle Ely, challenge my mind. If I got to pay for you to whoop my ass, so be it. Because I know I can't do this by myself. I don't have the mindset. And you are very militant. And I'm gonna give you permission to drive me where I need to go. Other than that, people, you don't run from your help, you run into your help. That's why and how the heart is a magnet of manifestation. And that's why it's important. I pray to God that many of you that resonate with what I'm saying will stop playing games with your life and your reality and become what you was destined to do, and stop penny pinching your way to heaven. Stop penny pinching your way to your miracle. You are your own delay. It's one thing when the enemy delays your promise, but it's another thing when you are the reason why the delay is going on. Because you could have been apprehended your prize if you were 100. And that's all I got to say. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support. If you want me burn instant, I don't see nothing. And when I tell y'all about my love incense, stop thinking it's about sex. Have creativity and the energy. See, I do want the 7 chakra. Okay. That's my Taurus. Let me tell you something. Don't tell me what God can't do for you. If you got, I'm told you the equipment, your heart. If your heart ain't right and you know you ain't right in your heart, I want this 7 chakra. Zelle, Ryan, they did away with my cash out. Black man making too much money. That's love chakra. I think I teach in a way that I empower people to be independent in their thinking and their action. No matter what their zodiac sign is. And that is important for you to be able to move forward in your life. You don't like where your life look at? Are you doing readings? Yeah, I do reading for you, baby. You have a right to live whatever reality. You don't have a right to complain to other people when you're deliberately choosing not to put the effort, whatever that may be, the effort forth. Because you never know, depending on what somebody wants, what type of energy they're going to take. But when I want to win, it's unlimited. If I miss something, I want to be said, because I like to have no regrets. If I miss out on something, it won't be because I didn't give it my all. It wasn't meant to be. It won't be because I lacked the doing what was necessary, and it was definitely in my capabilities of doing. I don't want that to be said about me. Because a lot of things y'all think y'all lost sight on, you just gave up. That's all it was. When somebody gave their all and they lost, that's a loss. But you gave up before you even got to the finish line. Just in for the 7 chakra. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's what you sent for. Okay, I got you. I got, I got Stormies over there. Hold on. Oh, there. When we come online tomorrow, because I got to go to Tampa. I was supposed to go today. Something came up, and so she told me to come today. Um, we should be in a better space. I really gave y'all something to anchor yourself for manifestation. It don't matter if you work with me or don't work with me. But most certainly, if you work with me, you should be in a better space. And you should have a bigger drive. It's just that simple. Hear these words that I call to thee that which is in the dark, bringing to light of my eyes concerning Keish, the Scorpio. Ebasa! Keish, the Scorpio. That which is in the dark, bringing to the light of my eyes concerning Keish, the Scorpio. Ebasa, Ndede Okosa. Keish, the Scorpio. That which is in the dark, bringing to the light of my eyes concerning Keish, the Scorpio. Yes, baby. I love y'all. When you love somebody, you tell them the truth. I'm gonna tell you this about me. I will never tell you to do something that ain't your capability. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't there. But if I tell you something is possible, it's because it's possible. I told Mother Susan when I was talking to her, um, I said, when you start out about your membership, Mother Susan is a 69-year-old woman on a fixed income. That's all she talk about. She on a fixed income. But she wanted something. She desired something, and she had to really believe that she was gonna get it. And because she told me she gonna get it, she said, "You laughing?" And I did. She said, "I'm gonna get it." She said, and she did do the sitting down the counter of the house, and she was on her way, and she made her first deposit. You know what happened? People started helping her. See, when something is meant for you, when you got to first invest in yourself, and then each time something happened, her goal got closer and closer. And she was like actually at my house. Kingmaker was here at my house, and we were doing the cauldron, and certain people started giving, but Kingmaker Mother Susan was telling her how excited she was, and she didn't realize that she was never $50 away for getting her paying for her membership. And that Kingmaker turned around and said, "That's all you need? Oh, I'll get it for you." She said, "You will." But my point was, the manifestation came because Mother Susan believed that in her heart. And she's invested in that. People can't invest in something you don't even believe. When you invest and that people know that that's coming from your heart, and people will put their money towards anything that will manifest. That money came to her just like she on a fixed income, and she's a widow. Y'all trying to give me too many excuses when you ain't even in her predicament. This got to be. She said, "This is so important to me, Apostle." And she said to me, these little words to me. She said, "I don't want that membership until I get my mind right." My mom husband said that I'll help you as long as you are helping yourself. Exactly. And anybody say that. And that's the real thing. You trying to do for yourself, people don't mind. But for you to mess up their money or their time or energy, and they ain't doing it themselves. And when I looked at her, I said, Mother Susan, I said, I would do this all the time. I said, don't let me rain on your parade. Be happy, sweetie. She said, Apostle, I am so. And she, what was exciting to her is that she really started understanding what I was saying to her all along. Stop limiting God's provision to your income. You don't know what God got for you. You don't know what He'll do for you. You keep saying what you can't have because you're looking at your money instead of saying, what do God got for me? And all I got to do is believe it. And when she got her first piece of money, that's the first thing she invested in, was her membership. Where there's a will, there's a way. If this is priority in your life, it ain't just the membership, it's anything in life. When it's priority, you'll make it happen. When it ain't priority to you, it ain't gonna happen. And you're gonna have every excuse in the world and every reason in the world. And that's your business. I'm just telling you, it's a bunch of shit. It's definitely a bunch of bull caca. All right, my baby Scorpio. Your 3 cards, shadow comes up. Memories, Va Shin Resh. The power of memories arise within my consciousness. Lessons of life are deeply ingrained in my being. In shadow, this is talking about it's already written. It's in your DNA. It's shadow. Focus on what is true to you, what is real to you, what is honest to you. And memory is not only in your cellular structure, but it's also in your muscle, your tissues. Long range vision. And this is your middle card, present card. It says, Hey Resh Yud. It said, I have the power of clear vision and foresight in every part of my life. The blindfolds are removed. I can see the full-grown tree in the newly planted seed. This means you're at a place where you're going to stop having to see things come to fruition. You already see the tree right in the seed. You're going to have vision. It said, I can grasp the cause and effect relationship that governs all reality. Oh my God. My life choices and actions are motivated by ultimate results, not monetary illusions. I can now also see more with my eyes. I can perceive more through my mind's eye, and I feel more through my intuition. This is a very spiritual card, and it's also representing development. I like this. Scorpio. Umbilical cord is your card, your outcome card. It says, Hey Resh Chet. It says, I now establish the umbilical cord to the divine energy. You know the umbilical cord? You and your daughter was sharing the umbilical cord. Divine got an umbilical cord for you. Ensuring a constant glimmer of light in my life. Especially now when I am in a place of darkness. When you're in a place of transformation, you're going to see the enlightenment. Just because things get dark, and this is something you got to remember, it's because Scorpio, the death planet and Mars, planet of transformation. You got to understand that in order for you to develop, everything grows faster in a dark place. There are certain things that are going to be happening, and if you just embrace it the transformation will take place quickly, and you will be going from one state to the next. You're going to be something rather else in this spiritual thing. But you got to go through. And you got to understand your energy as a Scorpio, your energy of transformation, your energy of evolution. And guess what? The time will come when you will become the phoenix. But the phoenix can't become the phoenix without being burnt to ashes. Don't ever be afraid of the power you got. Embrace it, love it, and it will take care of you. And it will allow you to see hidden things and know hidden secrets. That's a beautiful energy. I love me some Scorpio energy. Besides the sex. All right, guys. We had a good night. I told you it was going to be a good night. And I'm very, very, very happy for many of you guys. I'm happy for y'all, some of y'all coming on board. Some of y'all getting y'all memberships. I'm really happy that Trurunner drove. She had worked all day, and it's too late for me to go tricking. Now, in my younger days, this would be the time I'll be creeping. Close. No, this it will be later. But girl, you did a good thing. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. To each and every one of you guys, good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And if you got some thighs in your bed, make sure you pray and give grace before you eat. Love y'all.